Hey YouTube, you can see here I'm charging. It's 10 degrees out and I'm not having any issues. It's charging at 131 kW. I'm here at Electrify America. This is my EV6 GT and I parked last night unplugged in an open garage. Temperatures got down to about 6 or 7 Fahrenheit and things have warmed up to 10 degrees. Anyway, when I drove off, I preconditioned the car, and that's so important for charging in the cold. Go to setup on these EV6s, EV battery conditioning mode, turn it on. Then what you're gonna do is you're gonna route to a charger in your nav system. Navigation menu, and then you can route to a charger. And that's how you get good charging speeds. Like I say, we're at 70% in 10-degree weather, charging at 131 kW. I'll get out when we hit 80%. We started at 33%, and we're taking it up to 80%. Now, it started at about 70 kW, and as it charged, it warmed up a little more. I preconditioned for about 30 minutes or so, 30 to 40 minutes. That's why it's so important to set the charger as your destination before you get close to it. You can't just set it as you pull into the parking lot. You need to set this as your destination when you leave your last stop. And then you set this as your next stop. And I had no issues. The Electrify America started right up and began charging my car almost instantly. I'd say I spent, I don't know, 2 or 3 minutes messing with it. Partially because my credit card's a little beat up and it didn't read it the first time. I had to insert it again, unplug and replug the car, but that's user error. That's not the Electrify America network. These chips and barcode, the magnetic strips and all that. Anyway, people just been asking me, oh my God, I've seen in Chicago, how's your EV doing? Is it terrible in the cold? No, it's great in the cold. I get almost instant heat. The traction in snow is amazing. Normally I don't fast charge it at home, and that prevents any kind of issues like this. But were I to be on a road trip, as you can see, there's absolutely no issues road tripping this car as far as charging in the cold. Just precondition, set your destination as a charger, and you'll be just fine. There's a lot of anti-EV sentiment out there for whatever reason, and I really haven't experienced the negatives of it. You can see I've got almost 25,000 miles on this car, and it's been great. I came from a Volvo C40. Wasn't a huge fan of it, but that was my first true EV. Before that, I had an Acura RDX A-Spec Advanced 2022. Loved it. Great all-wheel drive system in those. I've always, like pretty much everyone else, kind of always had gas cars. But the EV things worked out great. Charging is certainly not an issue, even in 10-degree weather. And looks like we're done. Alright, let's go see. That took us to 80% in 23 minutes. Like I say, we started at 10%. So, I'm sorry, we started at 33%. So from 33 to 80, 23 minutes. Okay. Not bad at all. 10-degree weather. There you can see. Now the cost of this, definitely charge at home if you can. It's not a lot cheaper than a gas car. if any, if you don't charge at home. Well, like I said, 10 degrees, cold soaked car, just preconditioned it, had no issues whatsoever.